Large blue brick. Second electric car that we have on the channel, reverse, neutral and drive. Feels very similar to the gasoline version of it. The electric motor, I love to use that, you know. This is actually the most powerful car up to date by Mini Cooper. That's the sound. Hello everyone, welcome to Driving Approach. It's Alexi here, and today we have a new car to test drive. As you can see right here, it's Mini Cooper Countryman 2025 SE. As you can see from this, it's a pretty cold day today. So we'll start with looking at the interior. Well, right now we're in the interior of the 2025 Mini Cooper Countryman SE. It's the completely redesigned look inside and outside from the previous generations. You can see the panoramic sunroof. This is how it looks like in the new models, and it's standard for all the cars, base model, Premier Plus, or the JCW, which is like the top of the line. This specific car has a favored style, which makes the roof black, this blue, and it also goes into orange color here, and the back is like orange, and the seats are favorite style, and it's pretty much leatherette. But even if it's not favorite style, if it's a classic style, it's also leatherette, just a little bit different design with some cloth here. This is a second electric car that we have on the channel. The previous one was also a Mini Cooper SE 3-door, 2024. Let's start the car and get on the road, and I'll tell you more about it while we drive. This is the very unusual selector for reverse, neutral and drive in this car. So you don't have any stick to hold or shift. This is how you shift from reverse to drive. And this is how you put it in park. This is how you start, turn on or turn off the car. Okay, so let's start driving. This is actually the most powerful car up to date by Mini Cooper, the electric version of the Countryman. It's just a little bit more horsepower and torque than the JCW version. The JCW has 313 horsepower, I believe. This one is electric car, so it's between 300 and 350 horsepower, which is really felt every time you're driving the car. Funny, we have another Mini Cooper behind us. A 3-door, an older one, like probably 2012 or something. So if we start looking at the interior, it's a very minimalistic interior. Most of the stuff happens here and here. This where you have your, like I said, parking, reverse, neutral, drive, start, stop. Usually it's not a button here, it's like a key toggle or turning switch. Start and stop switch. Then you have your experiences and the volume for radio and switching the songs. The experience is a fun thing that this specific car has, which is your, modes, a drive mode, there's a sport mode, there's a normal mode, there's the eco mode, and you can actually play around with this so much. You can upload your own photo, select the color that it would be on. It's very, very customizable. Another part where something is happening is right in front of the driver, at the head-up display. That's where you see your, speed. It also shows you the speed limit on the street. So for example, here it's 50 kilometers per hour, and I can see it right on my head-up display. And when you turn a navigation, when you turn certain address on in the navigation, map will also be shown on the head-up display for you, which is very convenient and cool. I really like it when you have a properly functioning head-up display that's actually showing in a very nice resolution. You can actually see everything clearly, and it's functional, properly functional, and it shows the map if you need it as well when you turn it on, which actually I want to do something. Let's turn on a charging station, for example this one. Boom, and then we start guidance.
Drive west on Lawrence Avenue east for 1.7 kilometers.
Wow, we even get a male voice to direct us exactly where we want to go. Why don't I have a map showing on my head-up display? Usually it's there. It's not there right now. Maybe because it's just one turn for the destination left. Let's turn another destination. Here, let's set up a destination to CN Tower. There we go. Can I get a proper navigation, please? Yeah, I already turned that off, man. Okay, we'll set it when we will be standing. I really like
In
the...
400 meters, turn right onto Markham Road.
I don't need navigation there anymore. Hey, Mini, turn off navigation, okay? Don't need it right now. Okay, so what I was saying is that I really like this button right here because when you click it, it shows you all the parameters related to driving. So for example, driving assistance, like lane departure warning, you can turn on and off here. Your automatic brake or automatic brake hold, meaning that when you click on it, green is here and I don't have to hold the brake while I'm waiting. And if you don't like that function, let's say you're parking and you want the car to start rolling the moment you let go of the brake, you just turn this off. And the other stuff like a drive off support, which actually haven't fully experienced what it is, but I'm assuming that when your tires will start spinning, it will make sure that you are not spinning and, you know, make sure that your drive off is proper. You're not spinning out. And there's a mini sound. When you're accelerating, the car makes sound because an electric car doesn't have any sounds, which I actually like to have off usually. It makes the experience different because you're starting to feel like you're experiencing acceleration when it's actually sound. Well, actually, let me show you this right now. That's the sound. I don't know if you've heard it. There. It's like a futuristic spaceship that's, you know, breaking the sound and light barrier to go to another planet, which we will turn off for now. Besides the large circular screen that you can see over here, the buttons here, and the head-up display, there's nothing much in terms of buttons or infotainment, entertainment. These are your regular open and close your windows to set up your rear view mirrors, and you can fold them even when you're driving. Can you fold them while you're driving? No, only when you're parked you can fold the rear view mirrors. Because it's an electric car, the moment you turn on the AC or the heat in the car, it tells you right away by how much you have less mileage. So right now the heat is turned on and we have 137 kilometers, and if we'll turn it off, boom, we get 20 kilometers more right away, 157 kilometers of range. But I don't want the windows to fog up right now, so I kind of need the heat to be on, the ventilation. What I like about the electric cars that when you put them to charge and you lock the car, no one can remove the charger. So if someone wanted to play a prank on you or unplug your car, and so you will arrive to the car and it would be, you know, discharged even though you put it to charge, they can't do it because you just lock the car and no one can remove the plug from the car unless you unlock the car. I want to point out a cool design switch from the previous models. The video that we filmed before, the car before the 2024 Mini Cooper, I pointed out that they are focusing on circles. There were many circles in the design that you can see. It even matched the key. In the 2025 version in this car, they shifted from circles to ovals. So you can see an oval here. You can see an oval right here. This is an oval as well. Vents are not circle, they're oval. You can also see a design over here that comprises of the oval shapes. So just an overall more oval design. They are experimenting with design, so they're not sticking with just circles. They're trying different approaches and different shapes. I really like how easy it is to turn the steering wheel. I think that really adds to the premium feel of the car when the steering wheel is very easy to turn, and in this car it's very heavily present. It's very enjoyable to steer the steering wheel to go left and right. You know, you kind of want to have more turns. I do personally when I'm driving it. So I've already spoke about the, you know, infotainment system, the buttons and switches that are here, the circular LED display, the head-up display. The buttons that are on the steering wheel are pretty regular buttons that you find in other cars as well. On the left you have the cruise control buttons to set it, to turn it on and off, and on the right you have your radio or music buttons to change between the songs, to bring the volume up and down, and a button that you can customize for whatever you wanted, kind of this star. Closest cars that you can compare this car to, I would say, is BMW X1 and X2. They share the same engine, they share many components, because BMW owns MINI. It drives and feels pretty much the same way as what you would expect from like an X1 or an X2. Both the gasoline version of this car and the electric. The electric one, you just get what you get with an electric car. It's quiet, you don't hear anything. It's torquier because the torque is available right away. Sorry, I just needed to make it for this light. It has nice brakes that I think are enough for this car. When I need to brake, it brakes. And my wife complains that I brake too fast or too harsh, and she asks me to go slower. Because this car, it can do it. You know, it has the torque, it has the horsepower. You can have fun with it. But sometimes you need to drive slow, smooth, comfortable, which this car can do as well. A cool feature that you can find in a Countryman 2025 is that you can customize the front and rear lights. So for example, in the front, you have a choice between Classic, Favored, and John Cooper Works lights. So it even shows you by how it changes. And in the back, you have the same choice between the three, the Classic, which is the British flag Favored, or the John Cooper Works. From the outside, I personally really like how this car looks like. I really like when an SUV is kind of like large and it's square. Large blue brick. That's how it looks like to me. These rims are the 18-inch. These are the smallest rims that come with this car. You can upgrade it to 19-inch and 20-inch. And maybe there's even a 21-inch. I think they're suited the most for the winter. Those who really like Mini Coopers and, you know, they've been following with them, for the longest time, they had something over here on the side of the car. For the 2025, it's removed. So there's nothing here. Sometimes if it's an S version, it would be an S, or a JCW would say here, or if it's an electric, it will have an electric emblem here. Nothing for the 2025 model. All the S or JCW or electric signs, or you'll be able to tell that the car is electric or gasoline, it's all done with the S in the front. So you can see it's yellow over here, which means that this is an electric car. There could be a red S for the gasoline version, and the JCW for the JCW version. The lights are a little bit different. 3 doors still has very circular lights. The Countryman right now, I personally really like this shape more than circular. Circular is a bit too smooth for me. This one is more abrupt. What kind of shape would you say this is? Write down in the comments. Definitely not a circle, which I kind of like it more, makes it more sharp. Fits the whole look of the car. What I want to point out for this car is the handles that it has. They're the same as on X1 or X2 or even BMW 2 Series. Right now, popular door handles are the ones that either retract, kind of like in Tesla, or they're like this, that are smooth and they're not seen. They're kind of hidden. And of course, it like helps with aerodynamics, but like how much of an aerodynamic is a door handle? But you cannot open it from the top anymore. Now it's all from the bottom. And you can see the 3 lines here, which is also on the other side, which is the keyless entry. You can still close it like that if you want to. So the car is closed. You can click on it to open the car, kind of like keyless entry, or you don't have to do anything. You just approach the car and you try to open it. The car understands that you have keys and you want to open it, and it opens the door. So you just do it twice. Okay, this is another thing that's new for the 2025 Mini Cooper Countryman. Like I said before, previous models had something in the front on the quarter panel. Now we have this in the ABC pillar. I think that's what the position is of this, or the rear window for the back. Technically it has like 3 windows, first, second, and this is like a part of a window that you can see through. But this is just, you know, shows you that it's an all-wheel drive. In a JCW version, it shows you that it's JCW as well. And when it's a Premier Plus, this is a little bit different, just to show the difference between the trims and the horsepower level. Like in the S or JCW will have more horsepower and will have a little bit different design, just to differentiate the different trims of the car. And we're finally getting to the back. As you can see right away, the sensors that are also in the front and back. Even the base model has sensors. In not a Premium Plus or not JCW, you only have backup camera, But in JCW and Premier Plus, you have all the 360 cameras. So you have two more on the rear view mirrors and one in the front. So you have all 360 bird's eye view, like a 3D view that you can see the car at. In the back, the first thing that you see right away is the back lights, of course, because they're very different. Right now, they're kind of made out of many, I don't know, what is it, like 10, 20, 30 different LED segments. And each one can be either turned on or turned off. That's how you get the different styles for the rear lights. There's your regular trunk that very conveniently opens automatically. It's electrically operated. And there's a button, of course, you can just close it or close it and lock the car, which is very convenient. Because it's an electric car, you will have chargers that come with it and more space under the floor of the trunk to put stuff there. Another feature that this car has is hands-free trunk opener, for which you just need to go with your leg under the car, which hopefully I will hit it right now. Let's see if it will work. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Most of the time it's hard to find it. Okay, maybe the car needs to be locked. Let's lock it. I have the key. I want to open the trunk. This is always the fun part too. Look at this. Now, would you look at this? And it sensed me, that's why it didn't open all the way. So, we approach the car. We have our hands full. But we want to open the trunk. Do I need to go a bit farther? Okay. Second attempt failed. Let's try this again. There we go. Hands-free trunk. Good. Approved. And this is the S that I was talking about. So there's nothing on the sides of the car for any identification of what model or trim it is. There's only in the front and in the back. It says Countryman and it's S. If it's yellow, it's electric. Red is gasoline. Or it could be JCW for the JCW version. Beautiful rear view, in my opinion, is sharp and cool looking with lights here, with a continuation of side markers that you need to pass safety. Nice antenna that's not sticking out. Nice, sleek, new, modern design. That's how it looks like, and that's how it is in my opinion. You can see the sensors for the front. No front camera here. Okay, so let's open the hood of this car to take a look what's underneath, because many people think that in electric cars, the engine is somewhere like underneath, and the front, everyone thinks that it's just waiting for... What I was saying is that many people think that the electric engine would be somewhere else, because in Tesla, for example, in the front they have a trunk and in the back is a trunk, you know, you can put stuff in there. In a Mini, it's not like that. In here, you can actually see the electric motor. You can see the orange cables here, usually with hybrids or with electric cars. You know that orange cables are high voltage cables that have very high voltage going through them, so you need proper equipment to work with it to be safe. I think that's one of the reasons why this car actually feels very similar to the gasoline version of it. The electric motor is still in the front. The weight distribution is similar, even though the acceleration still feels different because it's an electric car, the torque is instant, but the weight distribution is much closer to the gasoline car comparing to if they would have put the electric motor somewhere else and the front would have been much lighter. I personally really like this car. It's a car that, you know, people will consider if they are looking for a small SUV, you can say. The other competitors to this car would be Volvo CX-40 and an Audi Q3. In my opinion, this is the best one out of them, and I personally would love to get a car like this because I like sedans. Like, I really like the functionality of the rear doors, to have two more doors in the back, and this car has that. It has enough space for me because I'm tall and it's comfortable. Besides that, thank you very much for watching. This was Driving Approach, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.